this is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there, and I hope you got out in nature. And you know, in my area it was pretty cold out today, and hey, right now it's the New Year's Eve right now tonight, so this is the last night of 2023. And I am so sorry is none of the libraries are open, so this is the best that I could do today as far as making a video. You know, because it's too cold to make a video today out there. Starlight would freeze her little fingers off in no time. So anyway, if you are, I just want to reach out to all of you beautiful souls out there before I get started. And you know, I hope you're ready for the 2024, and I know some of you, you know, like Starlight would have been out there doing something, but some of you or most of you might be out, you know, and enjoying yourself. You know, maybe you're out on the dance floor, you know, a lot of people like to go out to dance, you know, go out to the bars tonight and celebrate for the new year, the 2024. So Starlight couldn't do that. I'm going to kind of party in my car because I'm really being careful what I bring in my 2024. So Starlight does not drink anymore, and she put away her marijuana, you know, so I don't do that anymore. And music is a very powerful tool, I have to say. So Starlight is being a good girl, and she's not going to go out, even though I could. You know, nothing really stops me from going out, but it's my choice that I really don't really need to, even though a good part of me really loves going out and dancing and listening to music, because Starlight's really good at that. Is that I really am putting all that behind for the new year, you know. So this 2024, I've already been clean like for a long time on my alcohol. So but anyway, those of you that are out and enjoying yourself, you know, just be safe out there, you know, especially when there's other people out there that are going out and having fun. You know, a lot of people might have started drinking really early in the day. Whoops, sorry. So just be safe is my message on that. And anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And I am so sorry for this background. It's just, this is the best that I can do right now. And I would sit in my front, but it's too tight. I can't even have the laptop, and I really wanted to use my webcam. So here I am. So if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And also, you could find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Also, you can give my video, whoopsie, sorry about that, is a thumbs up. You can give my videos a thumbs up. You can subscribe, to my YouTube channel. And don't forget, you can leave a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And also you can follow me on Instagram, and that's at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So anyway, I have a book, and which is right here, is it's, if I can get it to read right, it's, whoops, I don't know if it's gonna, Starlight YouTube videos. So I love these books. I have tons of them, not really, but I have enough of them floating around all over the place. And so those are where I write down videos so I don't forget when I come up with videos. So I was going through that thinking, what do I want to talk about tonight? What topic? And I did this video before, but it was on Facebook, so that really doesn't count. And I deleted all those videos that I did have on Facebook. So I'm going to redo that video that I did before, and some of you might have that were out there supporting Starlight way back when. You know, this was in 2023 when I started making videos before I did my YouTube channel, as I started on Facebook. And wow, did you miss a eyeful there? So anyway, as far as tonight, New Year's Eve, what Starlight wanted to talk about was, I did put a video out before, but this is a little bit more fun, is, you know, did you know, that, and I put this in many videos, so you must know by now, because if you've been hanging out with Starlight for a while, watching any of our videos, you should know by now that we all have been lied to, from the beginning of time, and this has been going on, like, you know, throughout the whole time, since creation, you know, where we have been lied to. And, you know, there's been people that have been slaves, and slavery still happens today. You know, that has not changed. It's just a little bit more secret and hidden, you know, and it's kind of right in sight. So, you know, it's kind of weird how this whole 3D matrix is. And if you're not sure what the matrix is, when I say that, is that you are like in a stimulation, you are, the reality that you think is really not the reality at all, because you've been lied to. You know, you are, you know, sorry to say this. Now, I'm really not sorry to say this, but I have to say this. This is really a good reason why I started a YouTube channel, is to bring awareness out to people that are not aware, that are sleeping, people that are not awake. And I know you're thinking, Starlight, I'm awake. I'm sitting here, I'm watching you. You know, I can touch myself, and I know that I'm awake right now. I don't understand why you keep on saying sleeping. And even in the Bible, it says about there's people sleeping, that a pastor can preach, and where it can fall on deaf ears, where they're listening, you know, they're hearing the word of God, but it goes kind of in one ear and out the other, kind of like, I don't know if I should pick on guys, like when their women talk to them, it kind of goes in one ear and out the other. You know, I don't know. But maybe that could happen with some of the women too, where maybe you talk to the women and it goes in one ear and out the other, where they were there and they were paying attention to what you were saying. And sometimes that might happen to Starlight, where somebody might think, are you sleeping, Starlight? Did you really hear what I said? And really, a lot of times with me, I really, my memory, you know, they say to be careful what you say, but man, they did a number on my memory, put it that way. So, and that is the thing, is, you know I've had a past life. And, you know, some of you might be aware that you've had a past life too. And, you know I came from another planet, and I definitely am part alien, part human. Actually, a spirit being having a human experience, a multi-dimensional being having a human experience. You know, so we all are spirit beings having a human experience, whether this is your first time here on Earth, or maybe you've been here many, many times, you know, because I have met people that have been here before, on YouTube channels. You know, there's definitely people out there that do remember different things about their past lifetime. And Starlight still has not figured out what family she came from. You know, I know from another planet. But anyway, as far as being lied to, is that we have been all lied to, and there's a lot of people out in the world, all around the world, that are sleeping. They're like consciously not awake. They're not aware, and they might go to work every day. You know, you might see them, you know, and talk to them, and they might look like they're awake, but they are, you know, like kind of hooked up to like a machine. In a way, it's kind of weird to say that. You know, I watched the documentary The Matrix, where, you know, they're sleeping. They're not quite here yet, not quite grown, you know, yet conscious, like I don't even know how to word it. So anyway, is like I'm trying to say is there's a good portion of the people are sleeping. So, and then you have the very few out there in the Bible. It says the 144,000, those are the chosen ones out in the world, and they are going through some shit. So they are going around and trying to bring awareness, trying to wake people up to the reality that they've been lied to, and let them know that you have power, and we all have power. We are all kings and queens, whether you're aware of this. And I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm going to listen, okay? Is do you believe that you're God's children? Okay, that's question number one. You can answer that all on your own. What was that? Oh, yes, that one. Yeah, that guy, that lady, and that guy said yes. They believe that they're God's children. Do you believe God is powerful? Do you believe God is the creator of all life form, creatures and all that? Do you believe, God is a creator? What? Oh, yeah, you agree, because in the beginning of the Bible, it says in the beginning of in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, right? So the heavens and the earth, God formed, with his well, not he, but the universe formed earth and the heavens. In the Bible it says that, and I read that over and over again, and you and I are God's children, and we have that same gift that we are creators. Some of you might be saying, I'm not creative. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. There's all types of forms of creativity. I know, I'll tell you what, Starlight's going to do this. I would love to, I know I have the ability to play music. I have played the piano before, and I loved it. So Starlight is one of these days, and as soon as possible, I want to learn how to play the guitar, and because I want to be able to sing a very special song to the world, a meaningful song. And I've always wanted to have something like a love song or something beautiful, something meaningful, so I am going to do that. One of these days, Starlight is going to do that. And when I get all situated, I do. I want to take guitar lessons, find out a good guitar to buy, and learn how to play. I was learning when I was younger with my uncle. So some of you, like Starlight, might really know how to do music. I know I have gifts. I know. It's just that sometimes we haven't used the gifts, and God gives us gifts. And I read that in my Bible that God gave us talents. We all have talents. It's are you using your talents? Are you using your creativity? Some of you, like Starlight, I am capable of so many things. I am an artist. If I really put my heart and soul in the artwork, like drawing, I could, really draw some beautiful artwork. Painting is something that I need to work on, but I know that I could be a great artist and a painter. Starlight's really good at sewing. Starlight's really great at cooking. I can come up with recipes, like really easy. I'm a Miss Fix-It. So I have, I'm going to stay in the now, but I have learned many things, and I've always had my nose learning many things in my life, and I am willing to learn anything out there, out in the world. So I know I could figure out how to build, I know how to make a fort. So what is it that you think about how you are, and men, just because, a guy, is supposed to be good at this or that, like like maybe working on a car, creating something like a new, maybe working on a car. Starlight, oh man, I'm an inventor. I know I could have invented so many things in my life. It just like I come up with stuff and then bam, somebody else has got it already. I don't know how many times it's happened where I came up with something and bam, there it is. They're making the money. So Starlight has got some creativity of wanting to create stuff in the world to make it easier for some people out there. And you might have ideals floating around in your head. But what I'm trying to build up is that we all have power. We all are creators. And we can create. Maybe you're like, in Starlight, I have so many talents, is like to be a writer, to write a book, to write a story. I got tons of true stories. I mean, I can't really, if I wanted to, I probably could come up with a story that wasn't true, but Starlight really prefers true stories. I have so many true stories that would blow your mind if you heard them. Wow. So some of you might be really good on the computers. There's something that you're really great at or you haven't tapped in yet. And God, in the Bible, it says that God gave us talents, and some he gave more than others. And there's people in the Bible where they use their talents, and then there's other ones that buried their talents. They weren't using them. So you really got to get in your creative mode and find out, like explore, come up with something new. There's so many things. Even though there's a lot of things out there, there's so much more out there to create and to make something out of nothing. That's how Starlight, I am really good about making something out of nothing. And some of you might be good at carpenter work or building houses or doing woodwork, doing all that kind of stuff. And like I said, with baking, cooking, all that kind of stuff, herbs, doing sewing, music, maybe the drums. Starlight, I know I could do the drums. So I know there's certain music that I definitely could do. So what is it that you are great at? And just to let you know that we have power. It is in our blood. It's in our DNA that, they go out and I call them blood vampires out there. There's a lot of blood vampires out there. Blood donation places, and man, they do. They want our blood. They know they studied the blood, and that there's power in our blood. Our Father is, God, and God is powerful, and we have power in us, just like Jesus was able to do things. And we have abilities that we have not even tapped into, and it's because we've been lied to. I always wanted more kids because I wanted to really stretch their imaginations and not limit them like the way I was brought up and how I was limited. And even what I've done with my kids, because I didn't realize it until after I had my kids. I was like, I love working with kids to work with their imaginations, get that going. And Starlight is really good with working with kids to get their imaginations going, where they can visualize things and have fun. And it is so good to get your kids like that and teach them that, hey, you are able to create anything. Oh, don't ever limit your kids, please. I didn't know that when I was younger, but, and that's why I would love to have more children. I would love to have more kids, but that's all, up to the universe in that area. And depending on who I get with later on in my future, if that is a choice or not to be able to do. So anyway, is those of you that know you have power and, that we, are kings and queens. So it is kind of funny. I had a video that I did put out, And there's some pieces missing. I realized after I worked so hard on trying to remember everything, because in that video I did black out on some of the things, and or forgot some of the things that happened in that video. Is I did have a spiritual awakening in 2023. That is August 15th. Well, actually I had a couple in 1 month. That was a wild month. But the days that I'm talking about is August 15th is when my next one, the last one that started, and on August 16th. And so on my spiritual awakening, I was very upset, is because I was lied to, and where I was told throughout my spiritual awakening, which I did not record this in that video, is that my toilet is my throne. And so I was like blown away. I was like, oh, they lied to me. So here, is that your throne? Your toilet? And it is kind of interesting when I say this, is because I on my spiritual awakening on the 16th, when I got to get the police to help me out in a situation. And if you want to check that video out, you definitely have to put your seatbelts on for that video, because that is not for everyone out there. It might be a little bit too much, but there's very interesting things that did happen. That is a big eye-opener. I think only really maybe I know definitely one person watched every single video on that. So anyway, I did talk to a police officer on that particular day when Starlight was having a spiritual awakening. And I did tell him, I said, yeah, here they told me that, my toilet bowl is my throne, my queen's throne. So he laughed. He said, well, when I do sit on my toilet, I do call it my throne. So isn't that weird that, and I didn't know people were calling their toilets a throne, like I'm going to go and sit on my throne for a bit, so it is kind of interesting on that. So there's more details about that story as far as my spiritual awakening went when I got into the hospital, but that story is a little too much for most of you. I don't think you really can handle the facts on that. Is when I was in the hospital, I was sitting on the toilet and thinking that was my throne. So Starlight can be really naughty and really bad at times. Her imagination gets the best of her. But so when I was in the hospital, using that throne, the toilet, it was quite a trip as I was going through the spiritual awakening. But you don't have to have your toilet as your throne, please. You are, if you're a guy, you are a king, and you have power. You are very powerful, and they have dumbed the people down with the movies, through the news, different shows, different channels, all that stuff, is that they have controlled us, manipulated us, lied to us, and they are still doing that, and they want to keep us at a low frequency, where you might have had a lot of problems in life like Starlight did, and that keeps you at a low frequency, a low vibration. And until you realize the reality that you've been lied to, that you are in a stimulation, like a third dimensional reality, as like you are locked up into like a kind of like the I'm trying to think of the name of it, is metaverse, like a virtual reality is what you are in. So your reality is not what you really think, and it takes a long time to understand that. Believe me, it doesn't happen overnight. So some of you might not believe me when I say that, it's because you're still sleeping. You're not quite awake enough. You're not aware of that truth yet. But one day, you will wake up to that truth, and it will piss you off. Really, it will piss you off when the truth hits you like a ton of bricks. The truth will, the truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. You will be so upset. You will cry. You will, pieces will come together, and you'll be really upset when that happens to you. And it will be a big wake-up call. And as far as 2024, there are a lot of people waking up around the whole world, men and women, teenagers. Sometimes those teenagers, they go to school, and if they've been really pushed hard to learn and to study, they're going to figure out that there's something is not right with this world. And, they could be old souls. You might be an old soul, and if you are, then, like we all are chosen ones, but only a few of us are awake to that truth, knowing that, we are old souls, that we've had a past lifetime, and we are here for a mission to help other people to wake up to that truth so they can take their power back, and break free of the matrix. So that is why I'm here and making these videos. It's for you. I know I talk a lot about myself, but really I put myself in there to have you to relate if you've gone through any of these similar things that I've experienced, so you can say, wow, she's talking about stuff I've gone through, and she's gone through stuff that I went through, and I thought I was crazy, but here, Starlight's talking about all this stuff, where I am trying to help you to understand that, you are not crazy. You're probably trying to put pieces together all the time, trying to figure out your family, your friends, or your husband or wife, or your children, wondering, what is up with my kids. I just met a lady last week when I had car troubles, how she was saying, wow, like her granddaughter, is, she believes, it's, I met other people like this where she believes her child was possessed with some kind of demon as when she came into this earth, so I did try to help her out, and, I did help her out a lot on that topic, because that was a thing that I always was interested in, is that, there are children that get born that way, is that, you could see it first thing in them, when they're infants, and the doctors are aware of this stuff, the government is aware of these things, I see it more now than ever because of my situation as being that I'm living in my car, that I see lots of people all over that have spirits in them, and it's a shame that, that they're not being taken care of. There is no reason why they're homeless, living out on the streets, and being treated the way they are being treated, so it's really not normal at all. And a lot of you might think it's normal because that's what you've seen your whole life, but no, it's not normal. But I don't want to really get caught off track on talking about homeless people right now. Is you need to take your power back, and be, if you're a guy, be that king that you came here to be. You have power. They have tried to take our power away and trying to trip us up with our family or friends or even your loved ones, and try to get you upset. And, they say whoever angers you, they're the ones that are, taking some energy from you. If you get somebody that gets you upset, well, you're giving your power over to that person, and you need to take your power back and put your crown on and sit on your throne and be that king or queen that you are meant to be. We are all God's children. I don't give a shit what color skin your body is or what country you came from. And I'm not going to apologize for my language. I'm being real with you, because this is how I am when the real stuff gets going on. because I am upset. I have been lied to. I have been deceived. They have messed with me my whole entire existence. So I am taking back my power, and I'm going to fight very hard. Yeah, I've come too far. I am not giving up. There's things that God has promised to us as his children, and those things are for us to have, but we got to work. We got to do the work and take our power back. And one way of taking your power back is not having people control you and tell you what to do. I am here as a teacher, not to tell you what to do. It's all up to you. I can lead you just like a horse, but I can't make you drink the water. You're the one that has to be willing to believe me. If you don't believe me, then you're the one that's missing out. I am not going to apologize. It's just because you are still sleeping and you don't have the understanding, just like a child when they start out, when they start learning how to talk. At first, they don't know how to talk. At first, they don't know how to crawl. At first, they don't know how to walk. At first, they don't know how to run. At first, they don't know how to eat, and after a while, time goes by, they learn how to do all that stuff. Before you know it, they're crawling. Before you know it, they're walking. Before you know it, they're running. Before you know it, they're falling. Before you know it, they're getting back up. Before you know it, they're eating. Before you know it, they're speaking. Before you know it, they're saying words. Before you know it, their vocabulary gets bigger. Before you know it, they're having full sentences. Before you know it, they're asking you questions. Before you know it, they're telling you what to do. So they are so beautiful, all the beautiful kids out there. And, it takes time to learn. And just like learning about this matrix, about this reality that you're living into. And now they are trying to lock people back up into like the metaverse, with a virtual reality. So really, if you know anybody that is into those virtual realities with the goggles on, if you love them, you might want to say something and say, I love you, but man, that technology, you better be careful. That technology, they're trying to suck people into a computer in a program just like what we are right now. So, my heart goes out to these people, and they got movies on this. I watched a movie a long time ago. It was a Christian movie, and if I could find it, I really would love to be able to find it. I found it a long time ago by accident. I was looking for Christian movies to watch, and I was amazed. They're going to deceive people into wearing these goggles and lie to them and get them to wear these goggles, and trap them into a computer program, just like we are right now. And how did I find this out? Is because I've had spiritual awakenings that woke my ass up. Yeah, I swore again. Starlight did that again. And it's okay. God's not going to beat me over the head for saying these words. I'm not saying God's name in vain. So, we need to wake up, and we need to not have the government tell us what to do, and not to, if it goes against God's word, and, we don't have to listen to the government. We don't have to listen to police officers if they tell us to do something that goes totally against God's word. We have to keep our freedom that we have, and we need to speak as spirit beings having a human experience, to use our voice while we have it. They want to shut us out. They want to take our free will away. And that's what they've been doing. The churches do this, the government does this. So God gave you a free will to decide on your own what is right or wrong in your life. And if, hey, you don't know something and you do it and you realize, ooh, I didn't like that. Well, that was your lesson there. Then you don't have to do it again. It doesn't mean that you got to do it again. So we all have a free will, and that's what they've been doing from the beginning of time, like through our family. Do you have family members that's telling you that you want to go one way, you want to work on yourself, but they're trying to get you pulled back into things that you used to do? And that's why Starlight's not out there tonight, or I didn't go out last night, and do the things that I used to do. I got to put my old things, the things that I used to do, things that are no longer serving me. I love to dance. I'm a great singer, excellent dancer, but I like to drink alcohol. What can I say? I like to smoke marijuana. What can I say? But I am giving those up. And I'm working on giving up coffee, because it dehydrates me, and other things that it does to me. So I can't tell you what to do. I'm here just guiding you, teaching you, showing you the truth that I have learned the hard way. I didn't get this information. I didn't get this. I even paid for some of this information. This stuff doesn't come for free. Even though I have a YouTube channel, it's growing, but it takes time. When I grow, my channel will grow. But later on in my life, I will reap the rewards from the work that I am doing. So we need to take our power back, and you are strong. It is, your throne is not a toilet. So I do know a king out there. Hello, king. Is he is very powerful. He has got power, and he's got his throne. He is a king. He's got his crown, and he's got his queen. And so kings, get out there. Don't let people tell you what to do. We have a free will. And take back your power. Don't let your parents tell you what to do and how to run your life. If you have a husband or a wife, depending on that situation, there's sometimes they're telling us what to do, and it's taking us in a really bad area, a bad way. So if they are, you don't have to, be in those relationships, or your family, your friends, your brothers, sisters. Are they running your life and taking you down, pulling you down in a bad way? You don't have to, that's how you take your power back and work on yourself. It's so important to work on yourself every day. And I do love you so much, and I know these a lot of minutes going on this video, but take back your power, be the king and queen that you really are, and listen to yourself. Learn about guided meditation is so important. That way you can get healed and really get more awareness. Learn how to open up your third eye. Guided meditations for third eye, guided meditations for activations, guided meditations for the full moon, which I've done many of those in the last few days, last week or so. So I do love all of you. Take back your power before you don't have any left, and that's exactly what they want. They want to control you. They want to track you on your every move. And we got to really take our power back and use our voice while we have it before they take our freedom of speech away. So I do love you, and this is Starlight. You can give this video a thumbs up. You could share my videos with your family, friends, cat, dog, a crow. Also, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can also don't forget to leave a message down below, beep, 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 and you can follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. Anyway, I do love you. This is Starlight, love, light, and